Hello everybody. So I wanted to have a little chit chat today because I've been gone for a while and I feel like myself again. So I wanted to kind of give you a little lowdown of where I've been and what's been going on. I'm sorry if you hear some banging or some barking. Adam is putting up something in his room next door in his office, and the dog doesn't like the sound, so he's barking outside of the room. So, pretty much what has gone on. I haven't really felt like myself, and I haven't really felt like filming because I haven't really felt like putting on makeup or being girly or doing my hair or anything like that because I've been dealing with some anxiety lately. And when you feel like garbage, you don't want to ever look pretty or feel pretty. But seems as though that's all taken care of. The last couple of months I've been putting off going for some blood work because that doesn't really help. I don't really like going for blood work. And now that I've done that and I've gone to the doctors and I've kind of figured out what's going on, I should be okay now. So I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of how I've been feeling and how I feel now. So essentially, my heart's beating like a million miles an hour right now because I'm talking about it out loud, and I know this is going to be on the internet. So essentially, as we all know, we live in a society where everything is categorized and labeled and color-coded, and you're judged every second of every day of your life. It doesn't matter what you do or how you try to get around it. It's just going to happen. So I've officially been labeled, again, put into another little box and packaged up and put on a shelf somewhere. And that's exactly how I was feeling. I couldn't control the way that I felt. My voice is all shaky right now, I'm sorry. And my autofocus on my camera keeps clicking. I'm really sorry about that, but that's just how it's going to be today. So anyways, yeah. I just kind of have been all over the place and I couldn't control it anymore. It was happening all the time. I'd get up in the morning for no reason and have an anxiety attack. I'd be sitting at work and be totally fine the whole day and have one. And there was really no rhyme or reason about it, and I couldn't control it anymore. I had little anxiety attacks before, and I had no problem controlling them. And then it started getting to the point where I couldn't control them anymore. So I went to the doctors. He advised that I go for some blood work to make sure that all of my hormone levels and all of, the other biological things were all okay, so that he could, stick a sticker and say that it was anxiety. And that's, for 2 months I put off going for my blood work because I hated it that much. And then I finally went, and I went on, actually that was on Saturday. Today is Saturday, so this was the last Saturday. I went for my blood work, and then on Tuesday, I got my results back, and everything was a-okay. Actually, my doctor told me that I was boring, which kind of made me feel a little bit better. And then that night, I ended up in the hospital with an anxiety attack. It started at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had no idea why. It was out of nowhere. So I spent 6 hours in the hospital, and they gave me some medication. And Footy's talking to me outside the door. Shh! Quiet out there! Or don't. They gave me some medication, and it makes me feel really funny. Makes me a little bit irritable, makes me a little bit drowsy, but that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to calm down all of the nervous feelings and all of, the 100 things that are going on in your head at one time. So that's kind of how we figured out what I needed to do. When I was having the anxiety attacks, it's kind of like every bad possible thought was happening at the same time. Every emotion happens at the same time. And the worst possible scenarios are all going to happen at the exact same time. And it's not a fun feeling. It's not a good feeling to have. It's not something that you want to talk about. It's not something that you want to tell anybody about because you just want to be normal. But I've been talking about it a lot more lately, and, a lot more people than you think deal with the same things. And, every other person you talk to knows exactly what you're going through, but you can't hide from it. And that's something that I've learned just over the last couple of days that has really helped. That you can't hide from it, and you can't, think, well, I'm not normal anymore, or I'm not normal at all, because you are. I am. I'm not normal in the sense that I'm totally crazy and an absolute airhead, and I make stupid comments, and I'm just a silly person, but that's normal for me, and that's fine. But when you feel like you can't control who you are, or your emotions, or what comes out of your mouth, the tone of what's coming out of your mouth, that makes you feel a little bit crazy. So I think I've got it all under control, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit, just to let I'm not the only blogger out there that's got anxiety. I'm not the only person that has anxiety. So if you have it, dude, you're not alone. And the grounding techniques that kind of help you through your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that kind of help you through when an attack comes on, or one of the doctors that I talked to when I was in the hospital told me about an ice dive. And if you don't know what that is, it's exactly what it sounds like. Essentially, you fill up a sink or a bowl full of water as cold as you can stand, and when you feel an attack coming on, you stick your head in it. I haven't done that yet, and I'm not sure that I want to, because that sounds terrifying. But it's supposed to sort of subconsciously shock your body into thinking that you have fallen into or jumped into freezing cold water. So any unnecessary functions kind of subside. So your heart rate decreases, your brain activity decreases, and only your vital things are, at full capacity or at full speed. So you're supposed to help you relax, apparently. It's supposed to help you relax. And then once you're done that, you have about 15 minutes to see if you can get yourself under control before you ramp up again. So I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. But, if you feel like you're dying, because, when you have anxiety, that's how you feel. You know that it's not true, but you feel like you're dying. You feel like, there's an elephant on your chest, you can't breathe, all of your thoughts are out of control. So if sticking your head in a bucket full of water it makes you feel better, then hey, off you go. But this medication that I have, it's not something that I have to take every day. It's something that I can take when I feel an attack coming on. It also helps me sleep. But as I said, it makes me a little irritable, and it makes me kind of drowsy, but I'm, 4 days into this. So now that I feel better about it, and I feel better about myself, and I've, taken some time to, figure myself out, I feel like myself again. I want to put makeup on, and I want to sit in front of a camera, and I want to talk to you guys because I miss you so much. And I know that there isn't a great number of you yet, but hopefully one day there is. And this is going to be out in the internet world, so if you're a stranger and you found this somehow, thanks for hanging out with me and, listening to my story. And, your story never ends. I have a number of tattoos, as you probably have seen in all of my videos, but this one here on my arm, you can't really see it. Well, there it is. It's actually for suicide awareness. She writes love on her arm, and it says love, and it's got at the end of it I wish that I could show you, but it's kind of hard to twist my arm that way. The L goes underneath as a line, and it kind of comes up in a semicolon. In literature, semicolons signify the end of a thought, but not the end of a sentence or the end of a story. So your story goes on and on and on and on, and this is just a chapter in my life that kind of was a little bit of a roadblock, but life happens, and you've got to find a way through it, and it took me a long time, but here I am, and I'm back in action, and hopefully you guys see me every week now, because I miss you so much. And I'm, starting to get comments and things like that from people that I don't know, from strangers, not from friends and family, saying that, I'm killing it, and, how wonderful it is, and all that kind of great stuff. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an insight into my crazy little life. and you'll see a lot more of me. And yeah, so that's what I've got for you today. If you have any stories or thoughts or comments or questions or anything like that about, what I'm talking about, then, like, subscribe, share, and leave me your comments and your stories in the down bar in the comment section below so that I can, build a little family with you guys, and, we can touch a little bit heart to heart. So I love you. Again, I love you guys so much, and have a great day. Bye.